"You are cursed," a woman spat, after Jessica stood near her. The words cut deep, but Jessica had grown accustomed to such treatment. Her albinism made her a target for superstition and fear. After losing both parents, her mother in childbirth and her father to illness, Jessica lived with her aunt. The village had always whispered about Jessica's condition, but things took a darker turn after a string of unfortunate events. The cows that grazed by the river began to fall ill and die, and the villagers were convinced it was a sign of the river's wrath. According to local legend, people with albinism belonged to the river, and Jessica's existence was seen as a threat to the village's peace. As the days passed, the villagers' animosity grew. They would whisper to each other whenever Jessica walked by, their eyes filled with suspicion and fear. Jessica's aunt tried to shield her, but it was clear the villagers' patience was wearing thin. One evening, the villagers gathered near Jessica's aunt's hut, their voices rising in anger and fear. "The river demands a sacrifice," one of them shouted. Jessica's aunt stood firm, shielding her niece from the mob. "She is innocent," she pleaded. "These events are mere coincidence." But the villagers wouldn't listen. They believed Jessica was the cause of their misfortune and that sacrificing her would appease the river. As night fell, their intentions became clear. They planned to take Jessica from her aunt and throw her into the river, believing it would restore balance to their lives. Jessica's heart pounded as she clung to her aunt, fearing the worst. Her aunt whispered words of comfort, but Jessica could sense her own fear. They knew they had to act fast if they wanted to escape. As the mob approached, Jessica's aunt grabbed a small bag and pulled Jessica out of the hut. "We have to go," she whispered, leading Jessica into the darkness. They ran through the night, the villagers' shouts fading into the distance. Jessica didn't know where they were headed, but she knew they couldn't stay in the village. As they reached the outskirts, Jessica looked back at the only home she had ever known. She wondered if she would ever find a place where she belonged, or if she would forever be seen as a curse. It was about to be a new beginning and fate caught up to Jessica. Poor Jessica, before her eyes was what she never expected. Her auntie trembled in shock. "Oh, life took a turn."